Deliciously with Ara. Ngayon gagawa tayo ng dakganjeong. So dakganjeong is basically chicken fillet fried and simmered in our special sauce. The difference with the Korean traditional chicken, Korean chicken as well as the dakganjeong is first we use the boneless ones, the fillet, and then we have to later on simmer it on the sauce so as to add the other ones na parang minimix lang natin yung mga sauce na ginagawa. So now let's start making our dakganjeong. We first need our chicken fillet. I have here 500 grams of my thigh fillet. You can use the breast part or whatever parts you want, but I personally prefer the thigh part because it's very tender and juicy, and you can remove actually the skin if you don't like to, but I actually prefer with the skin. So I got my here thigh chicken fillet. Now hiwain natin siya ng parang bite size, around siguro 1 to 2 inches. So now I've cut up my chicken around 1 to 2 inches. It really depends on the preference of your family. Now we're gonna season our chicken. Parang marinate natin siya before we fry them up. So on my chicken, I'm gonna marinate first with soju, or you can use cooking wine or whatever kinds of liquid that you want to remove the smell, kasi may parang konting malansang smell. So I have your Korean soju. I'm just gonna use around 1 tablespoon. A very generous amount of 1 tablespoon. Haluin lang natin siya. And some salt and pepper, probably like half a tablespoon of my salt, and around 3 to 4 pinches of my pepper. And then haluin natin siya ng haluin. And also, just to give a little bit more flavor to my chicken, I'm gonna marinate with half a tablespoon of my minced ginger. So now I've marinated my chicken. Let's give this a rest around 30 minutes up to like days in the ref. It's really good to give our chicken enough time for the marinades and all the flavors to soak in. So later on, when we fry and when we eat it, it's really not only the outer cover that we taste, but even the chicken itself, it's very juicy and flavorful. So now with my marinated chicken, I'm gonna give an initial coat with our cornstarch. Now the easy way to do it para evenly is to use a plastic bag. So we grab a bag and then we'll put all our chickens here. So now I have here on my plastic bag my chicken, and this is actually just an insider tip of how you can evenly coat it without having your hands too dirty. Although you can do your own ways with a traditional way of soaking the chicken on your corn, so you can actually do that. So now I have here my cornstarch. I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of my cornstarch to my chicken. And then close it up and then we'll shake it. So this way, it's very easy and very evenly coated ang ating chicken in our cornstarch mixture. So now there it is. And this is gonna be our dry coating for our chicken. Now we're gonna make another crispy layer for the wet batter. Actually, for the dakganjeong, it's really recommended to have like sort of like a thick coating, because when we fry it, and then later on, it's stir fry natin siya sa ating sauce, it's better off that it has a little bit of a coating that to retain the crispiness of our chicken. So now let's prepare our wet batter. So now I got a big mixing bowl. I'm gonna add in actually 1/2 flour, 1/2 cornstarch, and 1 cup of water. So 1-1-1 ang ating ratio. So now before I add in my water, I'm gonna season this with a little bit of my salt. So siguro mga 3 pinches of my salt. Or probably like roughly like 1/5 of your tablespoon. And haluin natin siya. And let's add in 1 cup of water. It's really good to use cold ice water, because when we add cold batter into our hot oil, it makes it extra crispy later on. So I'm gonna add 1 cup of my ice water. And then haluin natin siya ng haluin. So now my wet batter is complete. We're gonna heat the oil and dip this one in this batter before we fry them. So now my oil is hot enough. I can see that a lot of bubbles coming up. I'm gonna get my chicken from my dry batter and dip it on my wet and fry them. So now when you fry your chicken fillets, didikit-dikit sila because they're small. So what you have to do is constantly break them apart. Press nyo lang. And then once you can see na medyo na golden yellowish ng konti, I think this is already good for our first fry. We're gonna do double fries. So I'm gonna get this out first from my oil. So now I'm gonna do 2 fries. So now my oil is heated up again. Ibabalik natin siya sa oil. So now I have fried my chicken. We're gonna now slice my garlic. This is 1 clove of garlic. Isa-slice natin na parang garlic chips. So now I've got my garlic sliced. I got here green chili. This is actually just to break down the color because the sauce is red and just to give it more appetizing on the eye, as well as a little bit of a different layer of the spiciness. So you can actually omit if ayaw nyo na masyadong maanghang. So I got here around 3 pieces, but I'm just gonna use 1. So now I got a wok because I'm gonna toss in my sauce as well as my chicken. So I'm gonna turn on my fire. And from the oil na ginamit natin kanina pang prito ng ating chicken, I'm gonna use it to fry my garlic. In this oil, there's already the flavor of the chicken na galing sa prito kanina. So it's better to use this one. These are around 3 tablespoons. And I'm gonna fry my garlic. So now when my garlic has turned a little bit of golden brown, I'm gonna add my chili. So now after I added my chili, I'm gonna add in diretso my sugar. These are around 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then mix natin siya agad-agad. And my water, just to melt everything, I'm gonna need around 5 tablespoons. And we're gonna add the gochujang or the Korean chili paste. We're gonna need around 2 tablespoons. And my chili powder, 1 tablespoon of my chili powder. And I'm gonna need around 2 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. And haluin natin siya ng haluin. So now as I keep on stirring it, I'm gonna now add in lastly my corn syrup, around 5 tablespoons. So what the corn syrup does is it gives this very beautiful gloss on my sauce. Haluin natin siya ng haluin. So as you can see, the bubbles on my sauce, I'm gonna lower my fire a little bit to like low medium and now toss in my chicken. So this is actually the difference of the Korean traditional chicken as well as dakgangjang. We simmer the fried chicken on the sauce that we made. And let's give it a final toss. And then we just simmer it for probably like around 2 to 3 minutes until the sauce really dries up. And now as you can see na medyo nagtuyo-tuyo na yung ating sauce, we're gonna turn off my fire. So nuts are a great companion as a topping for our dakgangjang. So whatever kinds of peanuts or nuts you have, around 2 to 3 tablespoons. I have here 2 tablespoons actually. We're gonna roughly chop it. And put it on our dakgangjang. And we're gonna serve it already on our plate. Ta-da! So this is dakgangjang. Very easy to make, but I'm sure you have the taste of Korea in your own homes. So I hope you enjoy cooking with me again and see you next time. Bye! Crispy outside and very saucy as well. You can feel the full flavors of everything. There's like a little bit of sourness, sweet, spicy. It's just really good. By the way, dakgangjang actually means something that's really simmered, so you can really feel the chewiness of the sauce. Very recommendable. I hope you enjoy.